You join us on race day 4 at the 2013 470 World Championships in La Rochelle. A beautiful blue sky day with a few scattered clouds and teams postponed ashore for about an hour waiting for the breeze to fill in. 3 races were scheduled for today's second day of final series after yesterday's unpredictable racetrack, which spat out some up and down scores for teams. Today was all about consolidating. Amongst the 470 women competing here, and to all appearances looking very relaxed as they prepared their equipment this morning, are Olympic champions Ele and Paury from New Zealand, along with the young Dutch team of Kirinaku and Van Ven from Holland. With the breeze at around 8 knots by 1300 hours, the first boats were heading out to the racecourses. As the breeze steadily increased, teams made final adjustments to optimize their boats for the conditions. A review of the racecourse and a discussion with the coach to ensure the team have the right execution plan in place for this critical second day of the final stage. Just before the start, the breeze was up to around 12 knots. Into the first race of the day for the 470 women gold fleet, and series leaders Leconte and Géant crossed the line as the second boat in from the pin end. Off the pace at the gun, Kirinaku and Van Ven were a bit further back. China's Yu and Zhu found themselves squeezed out between the 2 Australian teams and had no choice but to escape. During the first upwind, the breeze favoured the right side of the track, with the gusts and current giving an immediate advantage to the teams that chose right and arrived at the windward mark in first. Poland's Skripalek and Wozik round the mark first and headed to the reaching mark for the outer loop racetrack. In close pursuit were Olympic silver medalists Mills and Clark from Great Britain. 2 loops later, and the Olympic champions Ele and Paury had yet again exerted their dominance and claimed the race win and were back at the top of the overall leaderboard. Another solid result for Brazil's world number 2 ranked team of Oliveira and Babachan, who finished in 4th, upping their leaderboard position to 3rd overall. Onto the 470 men gold fleet, where most of the top teams opted for a middle-of-the-line start, with some up near the committee boat and tacking off virtually on the starting gun. Patience and Glanfield from Great Britain had a fluff start and were knocked to the back half of the fleet. As per the women's fleet, the majority headed to the right side of the track, with Austria's world number 2 ranked pair of Schmid and Reichsteiger extending their lead in the upwind charge ahead of the world number 1 team of Belcher and Ryan. New Zealand's Snow Hansen and Wilcox fought hard to claw back from their poor start and cross behind the pack along with Greece's Mantis and Kayalis to sail the right shift. A smart move, and after they tacked, the pair popped up to the front of the fleet. Up to the first mark, and Argentina's Calabresa and De La Fuente were leading, with the Greeks in 4th. A bit of a surprise to see the world number 1 Australian pair towards the bottom half of the fleet at the upwind mark, along with the French and British, a real change in fortunes for this upwind leg. A loop of the upwind-downwind track and the fleet headed to the reaching mark, with the Argentinians still holding their lead, but now with Japan's Matsunaga and Yoshida close behind in 2nd place, Broccoli and Hauser in 3rd, and the Greeks in 4th. Amongst the teams for whom national expectations run high are France's top 470 team, Labouchere and Lebert, Croatia's Fantella and Maranitz, who won the 470 Worlds in 2009 and hold numerous medals from World and European Championship, and of course the world number 1 pair Belcher and Ryan. All fleets completed 3 races today, and these are the final results. In the men's fleet, the French pair are leading with a 6 points margin over the Aussies, with Patience and Glanfield in 3rd. In the women's fleet, Ele and Paury are on top, with the French and Slovenians following. Friday is the last day of finals to determine the top 8 teams advancing to Saturday's medal race lineup. Do not miss it.